Good morning. I am Swaroopa, working as an assistant professor in Marri Laxman Reddy College of Engineering, Technology and Management. Today, I am going to tell about the introduction of machine learning, and also I am going to tell about the types of the machine learning. First of all, what do you mean by the machine learning? See, machine learning is nothing but it is a field of a study that gives computer to capability to learn without being explicitly programmed. Without being, what do you mean by the explicitly programmed? Generally, suppose if you are giving instructions to the computer, normally the computer is going to perform certain operation. But in the machine learning, just without giving any instructions, it is going to performed. Starting, just we are giving some instructions. With that instructions only, it is going to generate the all kind of the operations. For generally, if we say the one example, let us see one example for the online shopping. In the online shopping, suppose if you're taking the example like Amazon application we are taking. In the Amazon application, generally if you want to search any particular product or any particular dress or shoes or something, first what you are doing, you are giving some instructions, you are typing some messages. So this much size and this much quantity you have, we are going to purchase. You are giving all type of the operations we are giving in the to search a particular product. But at the first time, whatever you are giving the instruction, it will take that instructions for the second time search also. At the first time, whatever we are searching for the particular product, the same instructions it is going to take for the next search. Suppose if you are seeing the particular product, to purchase any particular product, you are going to that particular website, Amazon website, and you are searching like a dress or something. You are entering some details about that particular product. Okay, next time if you want at the first time you are choosing particular product, at the second day if you opening that particular website, in the home page, what did you observe? First time whatever you have searched a particular product, the same thing, the details it will be observed in the second search also, the same details will be observed. That is the importance of this is the usage of the why we are using the machine learning. Generally in the machine learning, first of all, not only you are giving in machine learning we are giving only the one time of the instruction, the same time of instructions. Without giving instructions one more time, it will take explicitly, it is going to take the instructions by the own way, and it is doing by the own. See, explicitly program, the main definition is without giving any instructions, it is do by their own. Okay, first time you are giving the instructions, next time if you are going to search for a particular product, the instructions it will be take by its own, and the system is going to generate that particular product. But normally if you want to execute any particular program or any particular C program or a Java program, each and every time you are giving the instructions and it is going to execute each and every time. But in the case of the machine learning, at the first time you are giving the instructions, and the next time when you are opening that particular website, this instructions is already stored in some the networks, and it is giving automatically that particular product. That is the importance and that is the advantages of the machine learning that we are used. See, example we can take it as a Amazon, and the next one is here deep learning is a subset of the ML, and the ML is the subset of the AI. This is the main thing that you have to remember in the machine learning. It is a subset. Deep learning is a subset of the machine learning, and the machine learning is a subset of the AI. Okay, this is nothing but the introduction of the machine learning. Okay, and the next one is what are the types of the machine learning. Generally, there are the three types of the machine learning. First one is supervised learning, and third one is unsupervised learning, and the fourth one is reinforcement learning. Okay, these are the three types of the machine learning. Now we will see each and every type in the machine learning with examples. See, first one is supervised learning. What do you mean by supervised learning? Supervised learning, a AI system is presented with a data which is labeled, which means that each data is tagged with the correct label. Okay, what do you mean by that? Suppose if you are taking some data, see, you are going to execute this particular data. Generally we are going to this particular data. What you are going to do this data we are going to labeled. Okay, this data is going to labeled with correct label. We are mentioning this particular data. Each and every data we are consider with the labels. Okay, with these labels. For example, suppose if you take the example like Gmail. Okay, in the Gmail generally we will having so much of a large amount of a data in the Gmail. See how we are going to categorize the Gmail. How we are going to categorize as Gmail means there will be a see each and every data we are going to labeled like spam, okay, and not spam, okay, and the next one is some snoozed messages, some important messages, okay, and all these are some sent messages. All this data, each and every data we are going to give this labels. Okay, there will be data, and the data we are going to give the labels. If you are giving the labeled data, then this labeled data we are going to send into the supervised model. This labeled data is used for the training the supervised model. Again, this labeled data we are going to send into the supervised model. Again, after that the data is going to the supervised model, then it is going to check whether this all are correct or not, and then it is going to predict the right output. We are giving the it is going to predict the correct output in the supervised learning. Supervised learning is nothing but first of all we are giving the data. This data we are going to labeled. Okay, labeled is nothing but suppose if you are taking the Gmail, in the Gmail there each which consisting of a large amount of the data. That amount of data is again segregated into the spam, not spam, like snows, important, sent messages. Okay, these are all categorized into the labeled data, and this labeled data again we are sent into the supervised model. Again we are sending the data into the supervised model. Then after the training is done with this data, we are predicting the right output. That is nothing but the supervised learning. See, this is a basic example for the supervised learning. Here we are this is a Gmail, the Gmail data, and the Gmail data we are mentioning with the spam and not spam. And again after that it was sent into the supervised learning, and after we are getting the correct output, we are generating the correct output. Okay, the data that we are sending into the first of all the data will be there. The data will be again we are labeled. After labeling, what it is going to do, it is sent into the supervised model. In supervised model, what it is going to happen, it is going to training that particular data. After training the data, it is going to predict the right output. Okay, these are the steps that we are coming under the supervised learning. Okay, and the next one is see this is another example for the supervised learning. Suppose if you take these two examples like an apple and an orange. Here the apple we are giving the data as a labeled, and the orange also we are going to view the label, and again it was sent into the supervised classification. Supervised classification is nothing but here training is done. Okay, here training is done. That particular labeled data, the training will be happen. After training, it is going to give the right output or correct output. It is going to display. Okay, and this is the model for the supervised learning. How we are see this is the model, how we are predicting the output, how we are getting the output. By looking into the model, we are clearly understandable. See, in this supervised learning, there will be a training of a text documents, images, and sounds. Okay, the data, the text, it will be in the form of it may be in the form of a documents, it may be in the form of a images, it may be in the form of a sounds. After this, what we are giving some features, vectors. Okay, in this again it was segregated into the vectors. After vectors, again it is going to the machine learning algorithm. Okay, and then this training text data and this labeled are combined, and it is going to the machine learning algorithm. After it was generating, there will be another new text document. The new text document, generally one document will be there. Again we are considered this document is the new text document. Again it was considered into the feature vector, and this again this data was sent into the predictive models. Here training has to be done, and we are finding here the expected label. Okay, expected label or correct output. These are the steps that are going for the model of the supervised learning. Okay, and the next one is, see, in this model, these are the two types. Model of supervised learning is again classified into the two types. First one is a classification, and next one is a regression. What do you mean by classification in the supervised learning? Means is a supervised learning task in which the model predicts a categorical or discrete output. In this classification, generally after the data is labeled and after it was sent into the supervised learning, there it is trained again, and again we are getting the discrete output in the classification. And the next one is a regression. What do you mean by the regression? Is nothing but which we are getting the continuous numerical values. Okay, whatever whatever the data that is given for the input, we are getting the continuous numerical values in the regression. Okay, these are the two types of the supervised learning. First one is classification, the regression. Classification is nothing but we are getting the discrete output by doing some training methods in the supervised learning. The data that is going to done in the training model, then we are getting the discrete output. Whereas in the regression method, just we are considering the numerical values only. Okay, no alphabetical or no character, just we are considering the numerical values based upon the input features. Okay, and the next type is, first one is supervised learning, and the next type is here unsupervised learning. What do you mean by unsupervised learning? Unsupervised learning is nothing but which is it is presented with unlabeled, means it is a no label and uncategorized. See, uncategorized means, what do you mean by uncategorized? Here there will be a no categorization is not occurred in the unsupervised data. Okay, there is a no categorization. And the next one, we can take the example. We have some characters to our model which are ducks. See, suppose if we are taken one example, there are group of the some birds like thing in our training data. In this, there are the like ducks and some cartoons and cartoon pictures are there. In this, we are going to, here there will be a no label. Okay, no label for the unsupervised data. Just by seeing, we are going to categorize it. See, these are the ducks and these are the cartoons. These are the two types that we are categorized in the unsupervised learning without giving any unlabels. Means there will be a no unlabeled and uncategorized. See, in our training data, we don't provide any label to the corresponding data. The unsupervised model is able to separate both the characters by looking at the type of data and models by underlying structures of distribution of the data. See, in this, without seeing any label, we are seeing some characters, we are going to categorize in the unsupervised learning. Means in unsupervised learning, there will be a no label data, and just with seeing of the characters and with seeing of this some data, we are just categorizing without unlabeling. No labeling is done in the unsupervised learning. Whereas in the supervised learning, here where we are giving the labels, and again we are sending it to the supervised model, and again there will be a training some data, and we are getting the predictive output. Whereas in the unsupervised learning, there will be a no label. Just by seeing the characters, just we are identification is done, and we are separating the what are the figures are there. Just we are separating this particular things. Okay, and the next one, this is the model for the unsupervised learning. Okay, previously we saw the model for the supervised, and this is the model for the unsupervised learning. See, in this unsupervised learning, here we are giving some training text. Okay, here also we are giving some training text, and here also the text maybe contains some documents, some images, and some sounds, all those. And this again we are sending to this vectors, feature vectors. We are going to send this particular data, it is sending to the feature. Again there will be categorization will be there, and again it will be sent into the machine learning. See, in this machine learning algorithm, what it will be happen, first it will be take the text document. The text document consisting of images and some sounds and the documents, and then again we are sending into this some features vectors. Okay, whatever categorizations are there, that we are sending into the feature vector, and for that a model is prepared, and this model is nothing but it's a likelihood or cluster ID or better representation. See, these all are we are doing for the better representation. Okay, these are all we are doing for the better representation of the data. These are the model we are developing to get the, by using the machine learning algorithm, we are getting the better representation. See, and these are the two types of the unsupervised learning. Previously, we saw the types of the supervised, and these are the two types of unsupervised learning. In the unsupervised learning, these are the two types. First one is clustering, and the second one is association. See, what do you mean by the clustering? Clustering problem is where you discover the inherent groupings in the data, such as grouping customers by purchasing behavior. See, in the clustering, there will be some patterns. Okay, there will be some see, in the machine learning also, there will be a pattern. Okay, with this pattern only, it is going to identify and it is going to generate the results. In the previously we talk about that particular example, like Amazon. In the Amazon also, first time if we are searching a particular product, it will store the details of the product. At the next time, if you open that particular site, in the home page, whatever the details that you have entering in the first time, the same details that you can look into the second day also. See, this details will be stored in the form of a pattern in the machine learning. By using that pattern only, we are getting the data. Okay, here also in this unsupervised learning, there will be some hidden patterns, so that we can't see any type of a pattern visibly. It was simultaneously, it was hidden, so that through that hidden pattern only, we are getting the predictive output. Okay, the clustering is nothing but it is going to hidden the patterns. We are going to hidden the patterns. Some there will be a to get the grouping of the data. We are getting so many data that to get the data, this patterns is useful for the machine learning. By using this pattern only, it is going to generate the output. Okay, the next type is association. Association learning is an unsupervised learning technique that discovers relationships, patterns, and dependencies among the variables or items in the data set. Association is nothing but the data, whatever data is there, it is going to relate each another by using the patterns. Different types of patterns are getting associated there, and different types of dependencies are getting associated. With all this, there will be association will be going to happening in the unsupervised learning. These are the two types of the unsupervised learning. First one is clustering. Clustering is nothing but hidden patterns, and the association is nothing but there will be a relationships, dependencies, and patterns. All these are combining to get the correct predict the output. Okay, and the next one is reinforcement learning algorithm. This is another types of a reinforcement algorithm. In the reinforcement algorithm, agent learns by interacting with its environment. See, whatever the operations and whatever actions that was performing in the environment, by using this reinforcement algorithm, it was directly interact with the environment. Okay, directly it is going to interact with this environment. With the interaction of the environment only, it is going to generate this reinforcement algorithm. This agent receives rewards by performing correct actions and penalties by performing incorrect actions. This reinforcement algorithm, it consisting of two types of actions. First one is it performs the correct actions and it performs the incorrect actions. If we perform correct actions, we will get the rewards. If we perform incorrect actions, we are going to get the penalties. So we should be careful while doing this reinforcement learning algorithm, or whenever we are performing this type of algorithm, we have to remember this rewards and the penalties. In this, the agent learns without intervention from a human by maximizing its reward and minimizing its penalty. See, in this, without intervention from a human, see, without any 1% effort from the human, it is going to perform by maximizing and the minimizing the penalty. Okay, without intervention of the human, it is going to get the rewards and it is going to get the penalties. Next, it is a type of a dynamic programming. The trains algorithm uses a system of reward and punishment. See, if the actions are incorrect, it is going to punish by penalties. Okay, if your actions are correct, it is going to get the rewards. Okay, this is the example for the reinforcement algorithm. In the reinforcement algorithm, these are the 6 steps that is going to perform in this algorithm. First one is observe, and the next one is select action using policy, and the third one is action, and after that get reward or penalty, and next update policy. Okay, and the next iterate until an optimal policy is found. Okay, first of all, whatever general action is doing here, it is going to observe. After observing, it implements some policy in this particular reinforcement algorithm. Okay, it is going to select a particular action in this policy. After selecting this particular action policy, it is going to action, and it is getting the reward or a penalty. Okay, if it performs the correct actions, it is going to reward. Okay, it is going to if you are doing some correct actions, it is going to reward, and if you are doing incorrect actions, it is going to penalty here. See, after doing this all, both we can't get, only either rewards or penalties we will get. See, after that, what you are going to do, that particular policy, it is going to update in the entire reinforcement algorithm. Okay, policy is nothing but there will be some learning policy. This learning policy we should learn step by step so that we are getting the predictive output. Iterate until an optimal policy is found. Some unique policy, until a unique policy is found, we are going to iteration is done in the entire algorithm. Okay, see this particular algorithm here, environment is there, here agent is there, here there will be action, here there is a policy is performed in this. If the policy is correct and we are doing correct action, we are getting the rewards here. Okay, and the next here we are getting the penalties. Why means we are reduced, here we are getting the see here this particular agent is going near to the environment, means nothing but it's a fire. If it doing correct actions, if it is doing correct actions, you are getting here rewards. But if you are doing the wrong action, you are getting the minus 50 points, means it is getting the penalties, means this agent should be here only. Okay, and the next time if you are doing this, there is an next time we should avoid this. Okay, by doing this we have to realize the next time we should avoid this particular operation. Okay, these are the 6 steps that we are involved in the reinforcement algorithm. In the reinforcement algorithm, we have to ensure and we have to follow all these 6 steps while performing the reinforcement algorithm. Here environment is nothing but fire. If this agent goes in the middle, he is going to get the award. If he is going to agent is going to near this particular environment, nothing but fire, he is getting the penalty. Okay, and the next this policy should be updated in the each and every step to get the correct output. These are the 3 types of the machine learning algorithm: supervised, unsupervised, and reinforcement algorithm. Supervised is nothing but just we are giving data will be there. For the data, we are giving the label to that particular data. After that, it is going to the supervised model, and then it is going to train up, and then we are getting the correct output. And the next one is unsupervised learning. In the unsupervised learning, we are not giving any labels. We are not giving, just by seeing the characters, we are generalizing that particular characters, and we are going to do separation of that. Okay. And the next one is reinforcement algorithm. Reinforcement algorithm, these are the 6 steps that we are going to follow. Each and every step we have to consider the policy. The policy should be update and it should be iterate. And in this reinforcement algorithm, there will be a awards and the penalties. Okay, by observing this, we have to choose correct policy and we have to iterate each and every time, and the policy should be correct until the operation is done. You are getting the correct result. Thank you.